I'm actually editing this video right now, and before it starts, I just wanted to say you're going to see a score down here, and this is actually the games I predicted correctly since the start of the Premier League. Premier League predictions game week 3. Starting off with the first game, Wolves against Spurs. Now, Spurs brought in really good signings such as Richarlison, Bissouma, a really good midfielder. They brought in Perisic, Foster, and they also brought in last season Kulusevski and Bentancur. And Kulusevski, as we can see, really paid off, and he's a really good striker. In addition to that, we also have two very good world-class striker, Harry Kane and Heung-min Son. As for Wolves, in their last game, they created really good chances against Fulham, but still couldn't find a win against a team that just got in the Premier League. The Wolves players also missed really good chances to score, such as this one and this one. Like, how can you not score? Jose Sa also saved Wolves from losing points with a penalty save. So for my final predictions, I'm predicting Wolves against Spurs, 2-0 win for Spurs. Let's now talk about the second game, Crystal Palace against Aston Villa. And Crystal Palace from their last two games scored at least one goal from Wilfred Zaha. What an absolutely brilliant player he is. He scored against Liverpool and Arsenal, two very difficult fixtures, and he still scored. He's a really good striker, and Crystal Palace could really use this striker to win this game. Aston Villa have really good strikers like Coutinho, Danny Ings, and Ollie Watkins. They're also really good attackingly, as we could see against Everton. They created a lot of opportunities, and they were really the better team on the pitch. They're not only solid attackingly, but also defensively, with Matty Cash on the right, Lucas Digne on the left, and Tyrone Mings in the center. Now, for my final predictions, it's going to be a 2-1 win for Aston Villa. Wilfred Zaha is going to break the clean sheet, but at the end, Aston Villa will win. In the next fixture is a pretty interesting one. We have Everton against Nottingham Forest. Now, Everton almost got regaliated last season, and they're looking very weak. They have one good player, which is Gordon, and he's heavily linked to Chelsea, so he might move. If he moves, Everton are losing a really good player, and we already saw Everton losing a really good player with Richarlison move to Tottenham. Gordon actually also scored last fixture, but unfortunately it was ruled offside. Now, talking about Forest, the newly promoted team, they got Jesse Lingard, a very good signing. He also even produced an assist in the last game. They also actually beat West Ham last game, which no one was expecting. But I have to say, the goal was pretty lucky. It actually bounced off a player's leg. Forest also got lucky again, and the two shot from the West Ham players actually hit the post. To make things worse, West Ham gain a penalty and misses the penalty. And in the next fixture, I think that they're still going to be lucky and beat Everton 1-0. Now, excuse me for my house because I have an electrical cut right now. And actually, surprisingly, I look bald. Now, Fulham against Brentford. Fulham are not looking good defensively, and they got really lucky with Wolves missing their chances. Mitrovic is a great striker, but still missed a penalty, a very crucial penalty against Wolves, which could have gained his team 3 points. But on the other hand, he scored 2 goals against Liverpool. Now let's talk about Brentford. They actually beat Manchester United 4-0, but that's not very surprising because Man United are not that good. Ivan Toney is a really good striker, and I think he'll play a very important role in this game. Now for my prediction, I think it's going to be a 2-1. And Brentford will win this game. Fulham will score a goal, and Brentford will actually score 2 more goals after that with Ivan Toney and one of their central midfielders. Leicester versus Southampton. Southampton have really good players like Ward-Prowse, which actually scored against Tottenham, and Walker Peters, who scored against Leeds. Southampton also showed really good courage to score 2 goals after conceding 2 goals. Leicester, on the other hand, have better players like Vardy and Maddison, and they also lost last fixture's game to Arsenal, but let's be honest, Arsenal are way too good. Now, I think the game will end in a 2-1 with Leicester winning the game, but Southampton not backing out and scoring 1 goal. Now for the next game, we have Arsenal against Bournemouth. Bournemouth played really well against Aston Villa, but not really well against Manchester City. But they're not to blame. It's Manchester City, the best team in the league. Now let's talk about Arsenal. They brought in really good players. Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko, Saliba from Marseille. In addition to that, they already have really good players like Saka, Martinelli, and Ramsdale. And in my opinion, Arsenal are going to have a comfortable win, 5-0 win for Arsenal. It's a bit bold of a statement, but in my opinion, it's how it's going to go. Alright, my electricity is back. Now let's talk about Leeds against Chelsea. Rodrigo is playing really well. He scored in every single game he played as of now. Now Chelsea won't have Tuchel, their coach, on their sideline. Same for Conte when he's playing against Wolves. That's because they had a little fight, a little argument, and they both got a red card. You can watch the video where I talk about it in my previous video. Now Chelsea have Havertz, Mason Mount, and their new signing Raheem Sterling, which actually predicted an assist in the last game. In defense, they have their new signing Cucurella and Koulibaly, which both predicted a goal from a corner against Tottenham. And my prediction for this game is 0-3 win for Chelsea. Now West Ham against Brighton. Brighton actually won against Manchester United in their last fixtures. West Ham actually lost to a newly promoted team, Forest, and got two very unlucky shots which hit the post. West Ham still have really good players like Declan Rice, Jared Bowen, Antonio, but I think in this game they're still going to equalize 1-1. Moving on to the more exciting games, Manchester City against Newcastle. As of right now, they have Kieran Trippier, they have Wood, and they have Saint Maximin, really good attacking option for Newcastle. Manchester City, on the other hand, brought one of the best young players in the world, Erling Haaland. They also have Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, which has a possibility to move to Barcelona. And if he does, this will downgrade the team, but not by a lot, because Manchester City are still the best team in the league. In my opinion, this is going to be a 3-0 win for Manchester City. Now the most exciting fixture of them all, Liverpool versus Manchester United. In the last game, Liverpool absolutely battered Manchester United with a 5-0 win. In the next game they had, Manchester United still lost 4-0 to Liverpool. And Manchester United are looking worse than ever, losing to Brighton and Brentford in a 4-0 loss. Liverpool actually played today and lost Darwin Núñez to a red card because Darwin Núñez actually got mad at a player and headbutted him just like Zinedine Zidane. They still have Salah, which is one of the best players in the Premier League. They have Luis Diaz. They also have one of the best defenders in the league, Virgil van Dijk, and one of the best right back, arguably the best right back in the world, Trent Alexander-Arnold, my favorite player. I was about to say a 6-0 win for Liverpool, but thinking back, they lost their striker Darwin Núñez, so I'm going to downgrade this to a 5-0 win for Liverpool. And this is going to be it for my prediction, and hopefully I get maybe 2 or 3 corrects. This is what I would hope for.